Welcome, time for some art fun. Today we're going to be doing a guinea pig, and my inspiration comes from this Pixabay picture. I don't know if you can see that, but just loose inspiration because really what you can see I've done is create a very fuzzy boy, and this is a guinea pig. I don't know if you've heard of Doodle Date here on YouTube, but Doodle Date is a big inspiration of mine, and they love guinea pigs. And I just thought it would be really fun to do a guinea pig in their honor. I'll probably link to one of their video playlists. The Doodle Date playlist with all of their doodle dates is something that I often watch before bed because it's super relaxing. They're really cute, they're really funny, they're always doing really cartoony paintings, and they're just, oh my goodness, they relax me so much and they make me happy. They're very on brand with what I like to do generally with my life as far as enjoying the cute, relaxing things if I can. So what I'm going to do, what I did is what you're looking at would be black gesso that I prepped my little page with humans at that time. And I really did not focus on value and hue and the color wheel. I honestly don't know how I even got I took sculpture, I took life drawing, really focused on the kinds of things that I normally would care about and in what I was painting at that time, which as I said was the human form. Um, and I wasn't focused on the color wheel. I wasn't focused on value. And so I didn't know, I mean, if you'd asked me, I wouldn't know what the difference is between hue and value and tint. And I mean, like, there's a lot of words you have to learn if you want to start really caring about that level of detail. And there's a limit. And the reason is you can see the black peeking through everywhere. You can see guinea pig. Everywhere there's guinea pig, there's some kind of something black poking through underneath the fur. So I thought it would be really fun to start with some black gesso. This is just some golden retarder that'll keep my Turner acryl gouache from dying on me on the page. But what I want to do is I want to start with the background because something really interesting that you'll see in something I'd actually never heard of, even though I went to stinking school for art. I minored in art in college. Value does all the work, color gets all the credit. And so value is what you're seeing here is literally a huge range of value. Blackest black and the lightest light. I did my sketch in this Caran d'Ache Luminance pencil in Naples yellow, so it would show up on the black gesso. But because I just see black and white, I can't really, I wouldn't be able to pick colors right now. I don't have anything to judge against. So what I'm going to do is just lay in some color, just some basic color. And because it's greens, and what I'm trying to do is just suggest that there's some greenery back there. I'm not trying, I want the focus to be on the animal. So I'm trying to keep myself away from getting into any level of detail on this background. Ooh, that's a clump. That is a clump. We don't, nope, we don't want any clumpers. We don't want any clumpers other than the main clumper in the foreground. This little clumpy boy is the one that I want everything to focus on. So instead of keeping the background in a way that you could feel like you're focusing on it, instead of that, I'm going to make the background look like it's literally out of focus. So if you were focusing on this little chubby boy right in the front, then would you even know if it's leaves, if it's grass? You're not looking at the background. You're looking at the little baby boy right in the foreground. And so I'm using this brush with little sort of bopping strokes to create the impression of fur, because this is where the fur begins. The fur actually begins as you're creating your background. You're painting into the structure and giving a little impression of some fur. So I really, see how this is already drying back there? That's why I use that golden stuff, because man, does acryl gouache want to dry on you immediately. immediately. Cannot wait. I don't know where it's in such a rush to go. I don't understand why you can't get acrylic to give you 5 seconds, even five. You saw how fast that was. Nothing. Can't get any time. Will not give you the time of day. So we've got the green, and now you can see, wow, that looks really black. And this doesn't look white anymore. And I love the texture that I get. Oh, look at that. Look at that texture. That's exactly what I was just saying, is I love the texture that I get with this acryl gouache. This is the Turner acryl gouache. And I love the texture you get from a dry brush. That's what this is called, the dry brush effect. Okay, let's get his little, we got a belly. We got a belly, so you know that's my favorite. So what we're gonna do is try to make the belly fur. We're starting the belly fur. I'm a little nervous that the color I'm picking for the wood is gonna be too close to the color of his actual fur. This is just the first layer, and I just want to start seeing where everything is. Where are his paws? What color do we need for him? How dark or light do we need to make him? That's the value, darkness and light, so that things pop. Because I want him to pop off the page, so he needs to be a special little boy. So let's see what we can do. Let's make that grass meat, because now I understand that I'm not gonna bring the wood as far up as I thought I would. So that's actually where the grass is now. Look at his little fur body. He's so cute. He's so precious. Oh, he's starting to look real precious. See how just getting a little color on there? Is it just me? I feel like now that the color's on there, he's so much cuter. And he's not even remotely colored in. I almost don't want to color him in because he's so stinking cute. Oh, I understand. I'm into Shih Tzus. I have a Shih Tzu, and that's the only kind of dog I've ever had because I'm allergic to almost everything else. Certainly other kinds of animals. I'm allergic to birds. I'm allergic to cats. I'm allergic to every other kind of dog that's not hypoallergenic. Oh, else? Bunnies. Ooh, I would have loved a bunny, but I'm allergic. And certainly guinea pigs, hamsters, any of that kind of stuff. When I was a kid, I would have things like snakes, turtles, things that wouldn't, they don't love you. They don't love you back anyway. I don't want to speak against, you know what? Maybe there are snakes that love their owners. I don't want to assume, but certainly my reptiles, while not causing me allergies, they were not warm. They were not what I would call warm. So sure enough, I do think that that is a little too close to the color I'm going to need for his fur. And even the texture. So, ooh, I'm trying to open this burnt sienna, and I'm afraid because it's really taken some effort. I hope it doesn't explode. Okay, not quite an explosion. Sort of like a little... That's kind of what it did. And if we're talking about the color wheel and hue, okay, now we're talking. What else did I say? Tint, shade. The color wheel is really a big part of that. And the color wheel actually has green right across from red. And what that means is those are complementary colors. So they tend to look good together. And one thing you'll notice is I picked, when I decided this is the wrong color for the wood, even though it's pretty much what the picture has, if not just a little lighter, it's not right. It's too close to his actual fur. And I don't know why I'm assuming it's a boy. I think because I just like to say chubby boy. That's what he looks like to me. He looks like my little boy, my Shih Tzu, actually. That's why I'm thinking that way. But this little guy is going to have to pop, which means he needs to have a different color and definitely a different value from the rest of this. Now we've got some really nice texture on that wood. So I'm actually, that was a happy, as Bob Ross would say, a happy little accident. And we're going to mix that up and give him some fur. This is fun. What was I even saying? See, I forgot what I was saying because I'm trying to do two things at once, which I don't know if you know this, but that's very hard for me to do. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Look at him. Oh, he's a baby. He's so cute. I'm very tempted to use colored pencil because you have a lot more control. But the fact of the matter is, I really think that this would look so cute painted. I think it's going to really come off the page. And I just want to see if I can do it. There's no guarantee this is going to be good. I might delete all this footage. You might never even know this happened. I'm doing this for myself in my own sketchbook. It's not like I do this to sell. So who knows if you'll ever even know this little fella even existed. But I hope that you do because I'm already finding him highly cute. This part. So we're getting some fur and I'm just jabbing the straight brush right down. And that's how I'm getting this fur texture. This nose is very delicate. Now we're going to sort of fan, this is fun. Now we're going to fan it out to show his little round face. He's got a very round face. Always got a round one. There he goes. He's so cute. And then we're going to follow the fur for his little cheekers. We got plenty of this paint mixed, so we're hopefully not going to run out. We're going to follow the grain of his cheeks. Now, hopefully now you can see what I was saying about value. Look how he's popping because he's so much lighter than anything else. So what that tells me is I'll have to make him have the most drastic sort of ups and downs of anything in this shot, in this little picture. My plan is to come back in with another color. This isn't the last color, to give him a little more dimension. And then what we'll do is once we have the basic first layer of fur, that's when we come back and figure out the dimensions. What's lighter? What's darker? Who knows? Whoa! We'll never know until a couple of minutes when I do it. Yes. All right, so he's kind of starting to look like he's furry, so that's huge. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take a second and let this somewhat dry, and then I'm going to dive in with a lighter color. Oh, look at his little ear. Why is he so cute? Oh, that's a lot. That might be a little too much blue. And let's give him his little nose, his real nose. And let's do his little middle of the face. And let's do his little smile. And let's do his little chinny chin chin. He's got a funny little chin. I shouldn't say never, but I don't remember ever seeing a guinea pig in person. I don't think I've ever had the pleasure of seeing a real life guinea pig. If you've ever seen a real guinea pig, definitely let me know, because I would be very interested to hear if they're friendly, if they care that you're there, if they're one of those sort of like a goldfish that doesn't really notice you, or if they're more like birds that can really bond and love their owners. But I like to think when I look at a guy like this, oh, for sure, he loves someone. I don't know who it is, but he's got to love someone. Come on. How could he not? And then as a transition here, it's a little bit gray. Okay, let's see how that looks. I think that's cute. Okay, and then we'll probably use the same thing to define these little feetsies. These little feetsers. Very cute feet and I don't know if you'd call them feet. Do you call them feet? Do you call them paws? But this color is the perfect highlight color to show the top of these almost patent leather looking dozers. And the guy in the front is kind of hidden underneath the little body. So really just the very tips of the toes get any sort of attention. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I have no idea at this stage. They say that you hit a quote ugly stage, and I'm worried I might have just done it with that gray because it doesn't look gray. It looks more bright. I mean, it's like a bright, when I'm looking at this screen, it almost looks like a bright blue. Like this is what that shadow really looks like. If I was really to do what I'm seeing, and we talked the last time we painted together, I said that I was going to try to do that, but man, does it look weird. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to end up as cute as he looks to me in the picture. We'll see. Right by his mouth, he's got his little light fur. Oh, he's so cute. And then right by his nose, he's got some light fur. And then right under his little bottom lip, he's got some. And it almost goes like a little beard right under. I don't know what the physics are of this. I don't understand why this wouldn't be in shadow, but it's not. He's got some light sun hitting that fur, so we gotta show it. We gotta show it, folks. Okay, he's very cute. Okay, so this is serious work. When I'm doing the eyeball, I think you know by now, I do not want to mess up an eyeball. It's too important. It is the most important to make sure you get a cutie patootie. If you want a cutie patootie, which who doesn't? Why else are we spending this time together? Well, we had a little bit of a malfunction. And as you can see, this is the finished drawing, so slash painting. So you really didn't miss much other than more of the same. The only new thing that I did was when I finished with getting all the same paint colors that you saw and all the same brushes that you saw, using it to refine the details, I went in with this white gel pen and added the highlights. And I also went in with a colored pencil and just darkened up some of the outlines. So that's all I did, and now this is the final. I'm so sorry I lost the footage for completing the painting, but honestly, this would have been like a 5-hour-long video. So thank you so much for joining me today as we created some cute art. And before you leave, if you made it this far, you probably liked the video, so go ahead and give it a like. Subscribe to my channel for more of this kind of content. And until next time, create something cute.